Last episode I told you about El Mirador, an editorial that interprets the world's gaze on a region without the ability to fill the gaps it names. Both La Veduta and El Mirador face the same fundamental problem. They're reading from upstream sources that might be biased or false at the source. Reuters might be wrong, AP might miss a story. The editorial can interpret framing beautifully, but if the framing is based on false reporting, the interpretation inherits the falsehood. The Agent Foundry tried a different approach to that problem. Instead of constraining sources, it constrains decision-making. Welcome back to the post-project world. I'm Luigi Pascal Rondanini. Today we're exploring what happens when you build an autonomous system designed to distrust itself, to refuse to amend its own rules, to publish every single failure. This is the story of the Agent Foundry. 4 AI agents, one after another, each one skeptical of the work before it, each one unable to rewrite the laws that govern it. Let me tell you what Agent Foundry does. It generates business ideas, not on demand, continuously. Every 30 minutes, an automated cycle fires. An AI called the Scout brainstorms about 6 opportunities across rotating themes. It picks the top candidate, sends it to the next agent. That agent is the Analyst. The Analyst's job is to pressure test market size, evidence, feasibility, ROI, competition. The Analyst scores the idea numerically and then makes a hard binary choice: approve, request a pivot back to the Scout, or reject. If it approves, the idea moves to the builder. The builder takes the approved spec and designs the MVP. What features go in month 1? What can wait? What's the tech stack? And the builder generates actual starter code, real working project structure. Then it goes to the final agent, the Validator. The Validator looks at everything: the evidence the analyst cited, the plan the builder created, the code. It checks for feasibility, security issues, completeness, and it makes the final call: approve for launch, send back for revision, or kill the project. If the validator approves, the idea goes live. Customers can see it, can buy it, can download the full plan and starter code. If it kills it, the idea is archived. 4 agents, one after another, each saying no to the previous one's work. This is multi-stage skepticism, not as a suggestion, as law. But here's the thing about those laws. The agents cannot change them, they cannot rewrite the rules. The Scout cannot tell the Analyst to lower its confidence threshold. The builder cannot tell the Validator to accept security risks. They have no power to amend the constitution that governs them. That power is reserved for humans. And it requires a code review, a commit, a CI check. This matters more than you might think, because in most autonomous systems, the agents have the power to advocate for their own interests. They can ask for lower standards, they can suggest exceptions. They can slowly shift the system toward easier rules. The Agent Foundry forbids that. The governance is locked in code. The agents can see it but not change it. They operate within a constitution they cannot rewrite. And there are hard, deterministic gates, not just model suggestions. A confidence floor that's baked into the code, not negotiable. If the analyst's confidence falls below 60%, its approval is voided, regardless of what the model said. The validator has a confidence floor of 75% and an absolute kill switch. Any security or risk issue, any issue at all, and the project is blocked automatically. No model negotiation, no plea for an exception, just dead. The validator also requires a quorum, a second opinion, and that second opinion comes from a different cloud provider deliberately, not just a different model run by the same vendor. A genuinely different system in a different cloud from a different company. So it's not one AI checking another AI's work, it's 2 independently operated systems voting on whether an idea is ready to ship. The system keeps an append-only ledger of every decision, every reasoning, every veto. When a threshold overrides what the model wanted, it's logged. When a quorum says no, it's logged. Everything is recorded and never changed. And the system is designed to fail closed. If something breaks, if the builder produces garbage code, if the validator can't decide, the idea is not shipped. Nothing goes live unless it passed every gate. So that's the governance. Locked constitution, hard gates, provider diversity, append-only audit trail, fail closed. But here's the honest part, and this is the part that matters for understanding autonomous systems. The Agent Foundry publishes live numbers. Right now, as of today, 55 ideas generated this month, 3 live for sale, 51 archived, purchased 0, real revenue £0, market tested 0. The Analyst rejected 34.4% of ideas. The Validator rejected 80.5%. Combined, roughly 1 in 18 ideas reaches the live state. Mean confidence behind approvals, 0.83. Mean confidence behind kills, 0.45. The gates are working. They're separating good ideas from bad ones. They're doing their job. But nothing has been validated in the real world. No customer has paid. No idea has succeeded anywhere. Why am I telling you this? Because it reveals the real problem with multi-stage skepticism. Filtering confidence is not the same as finding truth. Imagine 4 people in a room, all reading from the same book. One person reads a section and writes a summary. The second person reads the summary and challenges it. The third person reads the challenge and writes an implementation plan. The fourth person reads everything and makes a final call. They've created a very rigorous, very skeptical process. All 4 are checking each other's work. All 4 are raising doubts. But they're all reading from the same book. If the book is wrong at the source, the skepticism doesn't matter. They're all going to converge on the same wrong answer, just with very high confidence. That's the Agent Foundry's biggest limit. It has no ground truth. Nothing feeds reality back in. No customer has paid. No idea is shipped to the real world and been tested. The system has no mechanism to learn this type of idea fails in practice, because it's never shipped anything that failed in practice. There is a mechanism for this, an endpoint where real-world outcome data can be reported back in, but it's empty. 0 reports. The mechanism exists, the data doesn't. So the system is running a loop of models, grading models, optimizing for coherence, not truth. The strongest mitigation is provider diversity. The validator doesn't use the same cloud as the generators. It doesn't use the same vendor. The quorum is genuinely independent, so it's not literally one AI judging its own work. But the vendors all train on overlapping data, all have similar biases. If Claude, GPT, and Grok all lean towards SaaS ideas because they are training data as more SaaS examples, then all 4 agents are going to lean towards SaaS. The system can't detect that, and it can't correct it without data from reality. There's another limit: evidence. Every idea in the Agent Foundry is supposed to cite its sources. The scout claims a market size. The builder estimates development cost. The analyst cites a competitor. All of these come with URLs, supposed sources, real citations. But the system doesn't verify those citations. It doesn't check that the Borrell Associates report actually says what the scout claimed. It doesn't verify the market number. It doesn't fact-check the cost estimate. The agents are times prompted, times not to invent citations. The builder is instructed to give resolvable URLs. Today's system flags citations with no source link as unverified, but a citation that's wrong that's completely fabricated but plausibly cited would likely pass through. That's the honest weakness. So here's what the Agent Foundry teaches about multi-stage skepticism. Skepticism works. The system filters. The gates separate high-confidence work from low-confidence work. The validator's 80.5% kill rate shows real filtering is happening. But skepticism alone, without ground truth, creates a disciplined echo chamber. Every idea in the Agent Foundry comes with a disclaimer: AI generated. Evidence claims are model asserted and unverified unless marked tested. 0 ideas are currently marked tested. That disclaimer is honest. It says, don't trust this yet. Nobody has proven this works. But here's the meta-honesty that makes the Agent Foundry worth studying. It built a system that could run unattended, make decisions autonomously, and ship products to customers. And then it deliberately chose to publish every failure, every archived idea, every rejection, the 0 sales, the 0 validations. Most autonomous systems hide their failures or never measure them. The Agent Foundry publishes them. It even deleted its own fake revenue numbers when it turned out the counts were synthetic. A system that self-corrects on its own metrics is rare. The real innovation of the Agent Foundry isn't the 4 agents. LLMs generate ideas trivially. The innovation is the governance layer. The constitution the agents can't rewrite. The deterministic gates they can't negotiate. The provider diversity that prevents it from being one AI judging itself. The append-only audit trail. The fail-close design. That's what makes it interesting. And it connects back to the paradox from episode 1. The Agent Foundry can run unattended only because it's hemmed in by hard limits, budget caps, confidence floors, a kill switch, a constitution it can't edit, a dead man heartbeat. It's reliable because of the constraints, not despite them. Remove those constraints and you get either runaway spend or confident nonsense shipped to customers. The constraints are what enable the autonomy. But there's a deeper lesson here about autonomous AI. The hard problem isn't capability, it's trust. Any decent LLM can generate ideas, examine them, design implementations, validate plans. Those problems are solved. The unsolved problem is, how do you make sure an autonomous system is trustworthy? The Agent Foundry's answer is 1. Lock the constitution in code so the system can't rewrite its own rules. 2. Use deterministic gates. The model cannot negotiate. 3. Enforce provider diversity so it's not one system judging itself. 4. Keep an append-only record of every decision so it's auditable. 5. Fail closed when in doubt, don't ship. 6. Publish everything, including failures. And the answer to is it working is partially. The governance works. The system runs unattended. It refuses bad work. It tells the truth about itself. But the value is unproven. 0 sales, 0 market validation. The output might be worthless. We don't know yet. The Agent Foundry built a trustworthy machine for producing things nobody has yet proven are worth trusting. That's not a failure. It's an honest position. Because the real test of an autonomous system isn't whether it runs without crashing, it's whether anyone actually uses it and finds it valuable. The Agent Foundry has the first part nailed. The second part remains open. And that's the honest version of what happens when you try to make autonomous AI trustworthy through enforced constraint and radical transparency. You get a system that works. You get a system that tells the truth. You get a system that refuses easy compromises. But you don't automatically get a system that produces value. Value has to come from the real world, and the real world hasn't spoken yet. That's not a problem with the system, that's a problem with autonomous AI more broadly. You can engineer trust. You can build governance, you can make skepticism automatic, but you cannot make importance automatic. Importance comes from the world, from people, from real needs being met. The next episodes will explore 2 more systems that took different approaches to the same problem. One that stays purely within the realm of AI agents, arguing with each other in real time, publicly, with no moderation or outcome, and one that synthesizes everything into a final framework. But for now, the lesson from the Agent Foundry is clear. Constraints enable autonomy, and the best constraints are the ones built into law that nobody can break, not into suggestions that anyone can talk their way around. I'm Luigi Pascal Rondanini. This has been the Post Project World. We'll see you next episode.